Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dante Fortson here with episode number 10 of Go Ask Your Pastor. A Judah was named after the tribe of Judah. Special shout out goes to Garnet Jules for this link right here that I'm about to show you guys, this piece of evidence that I'm about to share with you guys today. But before we get to that, make sure you click the thumbs up button if you haven't done so already. If you are not subscribed, please make sure you click the subscribe button as well. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes of this or any future Bible studies that I post here on YouTube. So before we get started today, today's episode is brought to you by Staying Out of Black Business. If you are not black, Vocab Malone and Faithful to God and a bunch of you other UA, if you are not black, it is none of your business what we believe. It is none of your business to teach us our history. It is none of your business to tell us what we should and shouldn't be looking into concerning our own history. Stay out of black business. It's no concern of yours. Again, Vocab Malone says he's Sicilian, and yet he has no concern about all these Sicilian pedophile priests running around touching little kids and keeping nuns as sex slaves. Maybe they should tend to their own people instead of our people, because right now it looks like Italy's going through judgment, probably because you don't want to address your own pedophile priest over there in Sicily and your pedophile priest that keeps nuns as sex slaves as well. So maybe you should handle that, Vocab Malone, instead of bothering yourself with black business stuff that does not concern you. So anyway, if you guys want to see a white guy that refuses to stay out of black business, pop on over to Vocab Malone's channel and you'll find a ton of that. You can find some black history lessons as well. All right, so Go Ask Your Pastor is a segment on my site where I attempt to get your pastor to drop kick you in the chest with both feet for asking them questions that they may not have the answers to. So today's piece of evidence actually confirms exactly what I told you guys before, that Nefertiti and Damon Richardson are liars. Now, understand, it's one thing to say you don't know if something is true. It's another thing to take a hard stance and say, hey, this is definitely not why a Judah was called Judah. Now, she took that hard stance and said it's definitely not called that. And then after she admitted that there were Jews in West Africa, she immediately says that they were European Jews based on an opinion paper out of Tel Aviv. And this is the problem coming out of the Christian community in general, is a severe lack of research. They are either not researching this stuff or they're outright lying to you. So I'm going to go on to the evidence, but I want you guys to understand you need to start asking these people for evidence. And if they ask you, do you trust them before they give you any evidence? They're lying. If they ask you, well, what do you believe first? They do that too. They want to know what you believe before they give you the evidence. They are lying to you. If they tell you that they need to ask you a question first, because some of them do that, say, well, I need you to answer this for me first. And it may be some other question. But the fact is they're lying to you, which is why they don't want to give you evidence up front, because they know they're about to lie to you and attempt to deceive you. That's just discernment for those of you who do not know how many people in the Christian church will operate when they're lying. They don't want to give up the evidence. They don't want to give you the links. They want to give you a ton of explanation. They don't want to give you Bible verses. They want you to take their word for it. And I'm about to show you why you should never, ever, 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 ever take anybody's word from the urban apologist community again, because they're all backing Nefertiti and her lie. They refuse to call out her lie, and every single one of them is backing her lie that there were white Jews in West Africa. And until they go on record and say that, you know what, I don't believe that there are white Jews in West Africa, they cannot be trusted, period, because anybody with common sense knows that's a lie. So this source is from 1890 from the Bulletin Société Languedocienne de Géographie. I don't speak French and I am terrible at foreign languages. I've told you guys this many times. So now I'm going to have the link in the description. As always, you don't have to answer any questions for me. You don't have to prove your loyalty. You don't have to tell me if you trust me or not. The link is in the description. Regardless of all that, you can click it. You can examine it for yourself in its entirety. That's something the urban apologetics community will not do. That's something many Christian churches will not do if they are not grounded in the truth. They will not give you their sources because they know once you start looking for yourself, you will see that they are lying. So I want you guys to share this video on Nefertiti's page when she starts lying about this not being named after Judah. They want to talk about everything else except for the evidence. They want to make personal attacks. They want to get on who agrees with them and who doesn't. Who cares about all that stuff? The fact is, the evidence exists right here. Let's address that evidence. So this is written completely in French. I don't read French, and I know most of you do not read French fluently. So you may be able to understand bits and pieces of it. So let me tell you how to do this. When you go to the link in the description, on the sidebar, you will see all these icons right here. You will want to mouse over this text icon right here. Then you will want to mouse over this text icon right here. When you do that, this window right here will pop up. This window isn't visible when you first get there, but when you click this text icon, this window will pop up. It will allow you to copy and paste the text into Google Translate. So again, this is not visible. You come here, mouse over this text icon, this pops up, highlight what you want to translate. So I highlighted a section of this text. Again, this is from 1890. This is a French document. Now, if you go to Nefertiti's study, she says that the French named it Ouida, right here, Ouida, and right here, Ouida, or Judah, which we see on the Spanish and other maps and the English maps. And she said the Portuguese could not pronounce Ouida, so they named it a Judah. This is what Nefertiti taught. I pointed out in my study that it was named by the Yoruba, who people considered to be Israelites. It was named Ouida, and the French came by and called it Ouida, and the Portuguese called it a Judah. Now, this is based on historical research. So let me show you what this says when we translate. If we bring it over here, French to English on Google, so you can see this, it says Ouida, Fida, Weda, Ouida, Judah, or a Judah, is a city old, frequented since the 16th century by port slave traders, gay, who gave him his name. So now the port slave traders gave a Judah or Ouida the name. The slave traders, who were the slave traders? The Portuguese. We've gone over this before in other evidence. They were sending black Jews down there. If you continue reading, it says its inhabitants were said to be Judoques. I believe that's, I don't know how to pronounce it, Judoques. And they were indeed considered as a remnant of scattered tribes of Israel. So I'm going to read that one more time. Ouida, Fida, Weda, Ouida, Judah, or a Judah, is a city old, frequented since the 16th century by port slave traders, gay. I don't know why that's there. Gay was used differently, too, for those that are wondering. It meant happy back then, so maybe happy slave traders. I'm not sure. But that is the word, G-A-I-S. If you type that into Google Translate by itself, it will come up gay. I did try it just to make sure that it was translating properly. So that is the word. So Ouida, Fida, Weda, Ouida, Judah, or Judah, is a city old, frequented since the 16th century by port slave traders, gay, who gave him his name. Its inhabitants were said to be Judoques, and they were indeed considered as a remnant of scattered tribes of Israel. Now, if you go back to some of the previous evidence I've showed you, that these very same people specifically claim to be the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So far, the text is adding up. The history is adding up. Everything points to a black Israel, a black tribe of Judah that was put on the west coast of Africa by Portuguese slave traders. This here says the slave traders gave the place its name, and they believed that the inhabitants were indeed a remnant of the scattered tribes of Israel. Why did they believe that? Because these people were formerly in Portugal, and they knew for a fact that these were black Jews, which is why they were persecuted in the first place. So when Nefertiti or Damon Richardson come to you telling you that this was not named because Judah was there, they are lying, period. There is no way around this. Anybody in UA that continues to back this woman's lie that Judah wasn't there or wasn't named after Judah is a false teacher. And let's see, a false witness, we'll say this, they're bearing false witness. They're a liar. But if they're actively teaching it, they're a false teacher. So we need to start calling these people out. Share this video on their pages, because they need to either come out and say, hey, we don't support what Nephroniti is doing, or you guys can clearly see that they are false teachers. There's no way around this stuff. But anyway, make sure you go ask your pastor. Share this information with your pastor. Ask them why they haven't showed you this. If they aren't aware of this, help them get educated. There's nothing wrong with not being educated on a subject, as long as you're willing to educate yourself after you find out that you haven't been educated on it. If they are unwilling to do so, or if they are hiding information on purpose, you need to find another church home or pastor, especially those of you sitting under Eric Mason. We already know he's being funded by white money to oppose this information. So go ask him why he's not sharing it with you. And if he tells you anything other than the absolute truth, that he just doesn't want to, and that white money is telling him not to, then you need to leave Eric Mason's church, because this dude is like the sellout of all sellouts. And we know this for a fact now. He is opposed to us, not because the information isn't true, but simply because white money is telling him to oppose us. So anyway, make sure you go ask your pastor. Your pastor does owe you some answers. Make sure you grab your copy of Undeniable, Full Color Evidence of Black Israelites in the Bible. Make sure you grab your copy of The Black Hebrew Awakening, The Final 400 Years as Slaves in America. Both of those are available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up, please do so. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And if you have already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification button, please, and you will be notified whenever new videos are available. So with that said, until next time, I'm out.